Hi everybody, it's Crystal. So today I'm going to do a quick video. And I'm going to show you something that I never show on camera. I never show on camera, and everybody always asks me why I don't show it on camera. It is when I'm using crocheting and my ball runs out, how do I add my new color? I don't show it because a lot of people will say that it's not the correct way to do it. So I just don't show it, so I don't have to hear anything about it. But I believe if it works, you're doing crochet and the way that you do it works, then it's correct. It's correct to you in your eyes. So this is the way I've done it since I was a child. It works well. It's the way I've always done it, and it's the way I will always do it. Whether it be like correct as for, say, crochet terms. I know knots are not really something you want to put in your crochet, but I do use knots. Hey, I'm a knot user. I do them. I use them all the time. And I know a lot of people do it this way, but I'm going to show you anyways. So say I'm crocheting here, crocheting along, and I notice my ball's running out of yarn. Uh-oh. Got 4 or 5 inches left. So now I want to add a new ball, or add a new skein to it. I take it, and I tie it, and I leave a few inches for tails on both of them. Tie it in a knot. Oh, no, knots are no-nos, aren't they? Not for me, they're not. I use knots all the time. And then I will continue on. So, I will leave those tails hanging, and I will continue on with my pattern. See my tails there and my knot? I'm just going to crochet those right in, and no one's even going to know there's a knot there. And the tails are going to be hidden. I don't even have to sew them in. And voila, it's like magic. Although it's not, because it's the simple way to add a new ball of yarn. Well, it's the way I do it. Let me know in the comments if you do it this way. I know many people do. I just never show it because I know how a lot of people think knots are no-nos in crochet. I happen to think, like I said, I use knots all the time, so it doesn't really bother me. So yeah, I would just do this to the end here. As you can see, I'm hiding my tails as I go. And then when I feel like it's sewed in good enough, I'll clip the ends off with a dollest pair of scissors that I have. For some reason, all my sharp ones are always gone. Anyways, like that. See that? Just like there was never a knot. It's perfect. Perfect. And then we're going to notice no knot because it's crocheted in underneath a stitch. See that? So I'll continue to crochet my new skein of yarn. Now they want to know how I change colors. Well, I've mentioned before how I change colors. I clip off my yarn every single time I change colors. And the reason why I do that is because, well, I can't say every time, but most of the time. Say I'm coming to the end of the row and I want to switch colors. I'll clip off my yarn. Right here. So I want to switch colors here. Some people don't. I do. Clip it off every time at the end of a row. I think mainly I do that because I get so used to color control on my projects. And then, you know, I'll just put that knot there, like that. And then I'll bring in a new color. Ooh, these colors go good together. And I'll start it in that same spot that I just finished in. Pull yarn through. Now I'm going to take the tail of my new color and the tail of the color that I just clipped off. And I'm going to tie a loose knot. Again, a knot. Again with the knots. No, just a loose one. Because later on at the end, I'll undo that and then I'll sew in those tails. And then I will chain one, turn my work, and I will continue my crocheting as normal. Like I said, I think the reason why I've always tied off when I do every color change, almost, is because that's the way I've done it since I was a child. And also I color control so much that I just get used to clipping yarns at the end of rows and starting new colors. But say I wanted to start a color in the middle of a project. Of course, I wouldn't clip that off. What I would do then is depending on what stitch I'm using. Since I'm using double crochet here, I would go into my next stitch, yarn over, go in, draw up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, and then I would bring in my next color and draw it through the remaining 2 loops, like that. Flip it over. I would clip my old yarn that I'm using, and I would take the tail of the new color, loose knot, loose knot, I'm just a naughty knotter, aren't I? Okay. I guess it could be a little bit tighter. All right. And then I would take those 2 tails there and I will crochet them in. So I'll start again, doing my double crochet with my new color, and I will hide those tails as I go. I should have been called the naughty crocheter because I'm not really a naughty person in real life. I'm actually quite an angel, if you can believe that. But I do use a lot of knots in my crochet. So that's it. That's how I do it. So I showed you how I change colors mid row when I'm using 2 different colors, and then I showed you how I change colors mid row when I'm using the same color if I'm just switching out balls of yarn, and then I showed you that I always clip off my yarn when I'm switching colors at the end of rows. That's it. That's how I do it. Now, be nice to me in the comments. So you tell me in the comments section. What I want to know is, how do you switch colors in mid-row if you're using the same color? Are you a naughty crocheter like me? Do you knot your yarn together and just crochet your tails in? Or you do like the Russian join or something different? Let me know. What about when you switch colors mid-row? Do you do it like me? Are you a naughty crocheter there too? What about at the end? Do you tie off, or you just do what you do mid-row and connect your yarn that way? I'm curious. I'd like to know. So that's how I do it. Now you know my secrets of my how I change colors. Everybody always asks me that. Why don't you ever show how you add a new ball of yarn on when it's the same color? Well, like I said, it's because I'm a naughty crocheter. I use lots and lots of knots. But you can't tell because they're hidden underneath my stitches. I hide them. It's good that way. All right, so I'll be looking for your I'll be interested in see how you guys do it. Maybe there's a better way. I probably won't change my ways because I've done it like this since I was a child, and I'm pretty stuck in my ways on the way I change colors. But I'm always interested to hear what you guys have to say, always. So thanks everybody for watching. Hey, now you know my secrets of my color changes. I hope it helps some people. I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, stay safe. I love you all. Bye bye.